3.2. The Han Dynasty during the Classical Age discovered that a bureaucracy made of Confucian scholars helped run a well-centralized state more than the works of aristocrats. The Han Dynasty kept the tradition of relying on Confucian bureaucracy, and the civil service exam was brought back in hopes of improving the Chinese government. This brought patriarchy and stronger social hierarchies were enforced. The Han Dynasty kept a few things from the Han Dynasty, but also copied their own innovations. One example is the equal field system that addressed the little and unequal distribution of land among the social classes. This provided for a fairer distribution of land and a more equitable method of taxation, from Wikipedia. Another example is the creation of tributary states. This system was enforced the belief that the Chinese were more superior than others. This meant for China to invade and conquer. The Byzantine Empire was a continuation of the Roman civilization which fell to Emperor Justinian. He lived during the post-classical age, but his laws influenced the Byzantine Empire and established the empire to become strong. Many previous laws were not used as much with the changing conditions of the Byzantine Empire. The Code of Justinian was formed to several laws Justinian commissioned due to the conflict of the Roman civil law with the eastern part of the empire. Another innovation from the Byzantine Empire is the theme system. This imperial organization was developed to counter the Islamic threat and protected the eastern borders and was able to invade Anatolia and Syria. The Byzantine Empire had an official religion, which was Orthodox Christianity, and to adapt to this, a new ideology called Caesaropapism was created. Caesaropapism can be summarized as a political or religious authority tasked the emperor acting as the head of the church as well. The rise of Islamic civilizations is one feature of the post-classical period. The nomads of the Arabian Peninsula, called the Bedouins, which was a tribe Muhammad was a part of. This was a cause for Islam to help with the rise of imperial empires. Yet after the death of Muhammad, chaos began on the new leader of the religion. Disagreements over who was qualified to be a caliph led to the split of Shia and Sunni. The Sunni believed that the firstborn caliph were rightly guided and they should follow Muhammad's examples. On the contrary, Shia believed that Ali, the fourth caliph, should have succeeded Muhammad and that all Muslim rulers have descended from Muhammad. Umayyad Caliphate was from 661 to 750 and conquered the Middle East and all the way into Iberia. However, their rule ended with the Battle of Tours in Spain. Dar al-Islam was dominated by Arabian military elites, and in 750 they were overthrown by Abbasid and the Abbasid Caliphate was established. The Abbasid Caliphate used a bureaucracy system instead of an aristocratic government, since the bureaucrats would be able to dismiss at the caliph's whim. Racial bias ended and Arabs were no longer favored in the administration. The Mongolian Empire was the largest land empire and had to overcome tribal divisions before the Mongols could be integrated. The loyalties of kinship are extremely strong in that they were able to prevent cooperation between different bloodlines. The Mongols or Central Asian nomads were in constant warfare, especially under Genghis Khan. His rule was from 1162 till 1227 and was known for uniting tribes was through intermarriage. A method to break tribal loyalties was through their military organization. To break the tribal power, men in each army had to be chosen from different bloodlines. Furthermore, members in an army could never leave on their own during battle. Genghis Khan imposed a law called the Yasa, which allowed for many political aspects to be codified and granted religious equality. Additionally, along with the rise of the Mongol Empire, the Silk Road was also able to flow again. On Africa's east coast, many city-states rose and died. These African city-states were profoundly affected by Arab merchants who brought Islam to East Africa, thus pulling them into the activity of Indian Ocean trade, Wikipedia. As Arabian merchants moved into Islam, a syncretic practice was found inland that resembled African traditions, though in the Swahili city-states, a strong Islamic character is known as the city-states are tolerant or omniscient. Merchants from many other religions, such as Christianity and Hinduism, live in city-states, so tolerance is good for keeping business. These city-states are known to be important factors to connect trade of inland to the Indian Ocean network, especially the city Kilwa. Feudalism developed in both Japan and Europe and entailed the king granting land to lords for their military service and loyalty. Lords had serfs tend the land who tended to gain security and income, and each had a set of rules for both, while rules on serf were tougher. The hierarchy went from lowest to highest, from peasants to knights to church officials and the king in Europe, and from merchants, peasants, and artisans to samurai and daimyos and the emperor on top in Japan. The Mayan civilization reached its peak between 250 to 900 CE and 1200 to 1450 CE. The Mayans were incredible to overcome any environmental difficulties to create a productive agricultural system. This included trapping river water through terracing, which allowed for their civilization to expand at a fast rate. They were politically not a centralized government, but a collection of city-states. The Aztecs rose after the fall of the Toltec Empire when an ethnic group called the Mexico migrated to Lake Texcoco, and then the capital of Tenochtitlan was developed. The Aztecs were known to have used the Chinampa system, which was a way to grow crops on water. The Aztecs contained a tributary system, and their religion was based on the fact that the gods were stars, and if citizens kept fighting, the gods would need human blood for a human ritual. The Inca built an empire during the Americas too. During the 14th and 15th century, their base was in Chavín and Moche civilizations, but spread their civilization into the west side of South America. Terracing allowed them to be able to grow crops in mountainous regions, and the Inca practiced cultural imperialism and forced others to follow their suit, unlike the Mayan and Aztec civilizations.
Created using Powtoon.